got into it with Chrisean based on her hanging out with rappers, essentially.
Nah, hell no. She had this thing about her where she looked like I was jealous or something, so she kind of started doing shit. My whole thing was like, once you become an artist, certain shit just is like, it's frowned upon, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, networking, dope. Take a picture, cool.
Right.
You know, get in the studio, cool. But a lot of these guys, they're not really trying to work. You know? They're just trying to make it look like something it's not, and just basically just stake your buzz. And she just kept going for it. Every nigga, she just keeps going for it. Like,
do you know if it was true?
I'm looking like, bitch, get the feature.
Well, I was gonna say, do you know if it was true? Because there was this rumor that Offset hooked up with Chrisean Rock.
Yeah, she got fucked.
While y'all were together?
Nah, I was already engaged with somebody else, so I didn't care. But she has a thing where she likes to make it seem like I care.
Right. So she fucked Offset while he was with Cardi.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Right, the Miss Christian
oh, that's bullshit.
All that shit's cat, brother. She's like one of these regular grapes on the sidewalk, bro. She's going, and there's no problem with it, gang. You feel me? It's just when you try to portray something else, that's when it becomes a problem. Like,
it's just weird that anybody who has sex with her for the rest of her life will have to see her face.
Yeah.
Blueface ignited a firestorm online after dropping what fans call one of the most reckless allegations of the year, claiming Chrisean Rock secretly hooked up with Offset back when he was still married to Cardi B. The accusation hit without warning, and the timing had people buzzing instantly. Blueface made the claim only hours after Chrisean publicly stated she wished he stayed in jail and never came home. The internet interpreted his sudden disclosure as retaliation, but the damage was already done. The narrative had escaped into the wild. What made the situation even messier was how Blueface framed it. He claimed Chrisean had been acting like a friend to Cardi while simultaneously sneaking around with Offset. Nothing has been proven, and the allegations remain heavily debated, but the idea alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds, with people arguing over whether Blueface was being vindictive or revealing something he had been holding in for years. Chrisean supporters immediately pushed back, calling the claim fabricated, petty, and rage-driven. Some fans believe Blueface is trying to sabotage Chrisean's rising visibility, especially since she's been building sympathy with recent interviews and emotional live streams. Others say Blueface has a long history of exposing private drama when he feels cornered, making this accusation feel calculated. Offset's name being dragged into yet another scandal only intensified the spotlight. Even though he has not responded publicly, users on social platforms began dissecting old timelines, searching for any hint of overlap between him and Chrisean. Some posts resurfaced screenshots of Chrisean publicly supporting Cardi B during past controversies, emphasizing how shocking the allegation feels, if true. But again, no verified evidence has surfaced. Meanwhile, fans began highlighting Cardi B's long-known aversion to betrayal, pointing out that she has openly shared how deeply past deceit has affected her. Supporters argue that if Cardi believed even a fraction of Blueface's accusation, her reaction would be explosive. Others say she is likely ignoring the entire situation to protect her peace, given she's in a much more stable chapter of her life. Blueface continued stirring the pot by claiming he had proof he could release at any moment, though he offered no clarification about what kind of proof he meant. This vague threat sent shockwaves through gossip circles, with fans debating whether he was bluffing or sitting on old messages taken out of context. Some viewers believe this is nothing more than a psychological tactic to control the narrative after Chrisean's harsh criticism earlier that day. People close to Chrisean, according to online chatter, are reportedly encouraging her not to address the situation publicly. They allegedly think responding gives Blueface more ammunition. Still, insiders claim Chrisean is heated behind the scenes and feels violated by Blueface weaponizing old rumors. This tug-of-war between silence and retaliation is now fueling speculation about what her next move might be. Media outlets began recapping years of conflict between Chrisean and Blueface, emphasizing how their ongoing battles always escalate in unpredictable ways. The two have a history of pushing each other's buttons, and fans believe this latest accusation is just another chapter in a long line of personal attacks. But the involvement of Offset and Cardi B changes the stakes entirely. Now it's not just interpersonal drama, but a potential crossover scandal. As the story continues spiraling, more people are questioning why Blueface chose to make the claim now. Some users think he's upset that Chrisean is gaining public sympathy. Others think he's using Offset's name to bait headlines, and a smaller group argues maybe there's something Blueface has held onto for years and feels justified exposing. The lack of clarity has only made the situation more explosive. But the real question simmering beneath the surface is this: if Blueface really does have proof, whether real or manipulated, will he actually release it? Or was this nothing more than a desperate bluff? And if he does release something, how will Cardi B respond? That's where things get tense, because according to new whispers spreading tonight, Cardi may have just stepped into the conversation, privately, and what she allegedly said could change everything. As whispers spread that Cardi may have reacted behind the scenes, fans online started piecing together subtle cues from her recent posts. Some believe she addressed the drama indirectly through a cryptic message about people throwing rocks from glass motels, which many interpreted as a jab at Blueface. While she didn't name anyone, her timing alone added fuel to the speculation, especially since Cardi is fiercely protective of her family and doesn't entertain accusations involving her children or her household. Offset, on the other hand, remained quiet publicly, which led to mixed interpretations. Some viewers think he's refusing to give life to rumors he considers beneath him. Others argue that silence can sometimes spark even more theories, pushing people to revisit old interviews and timelines. Regardless of intent, the absence of a response created a vacuum, and Blueface used that vacuum to insert more commentary, continuing to imply he wasn't lying. As the situation escalated, fans began noticing a shift in Chrisean's demeanor on social media. While she avoided addressing the accusation directly, her energy changed. Rumored insiders claimed she was in defense mode, frustrated that her name was being linked to yet another scandal during a time when she's trying to rebuild her public image. Those close to her allegedly believe Blueface's timing was deliberately cruel, choosing to drop the accusation when she was already emotionally charged. But the story took another turn when people online resurrected an old photo of Chrisean, Offset, and others at a public event years ago. The image itself showed nothing suspicious, yet commenters dissected every angle, claiming they noticed body language that now suddenly seemed loaded. Others pushed back, reminding viewers not to rewrite history through the lens of current drama. Still, the resurfacing of the photo added another layer of tension that refused to fade. Meanwhile, Blueface amplified his claim by teasing a so-called leak in a live stream, telling viewers he had something that would shake the room. He didn't show anything, didn't specify what he meant, but that vague insinuation alone generated thousands of comments. Fans flooded the chat, some demanding he stop dragging others into his feud, while others begged him to drop the alleged evidence so everyone could finally see the truth. The anticipation became its own monster. Cardi supporters rallied quickly, reminding audiences of how hard she's worked to distance herself from chaos during recent months. Many fans argued that Blueface dragging her into something that doesn't involve her at all was unfair and dangerous. Others expressed concern about how Cardi would feel watching her name trend due to an allegation involving both her estranged husband and a woman she's been cordial with in the past. The heartbreak in the fandom was real, especially given Cardi's emotional statements earlier this year about feeling tired of being used for clicks. Rumored sources close to Offset supposedly encouraged Cardi not to get involved publicly. They allegedly believe acknowledging the claim would only extend the drama and reward Blueface with more attention. But fans pointed out a problem. Every hour that passed without a clear denial opened the door for more speculation, more theories, and more pressure. Online narratives thrive in silence, especially when all parties involved have complicated histories. Then, a surprising shift happened. Fans began questioning whether Blueface's claim was truly about Chrisean or whether it was a veiled attempt to humiliate Offset. Some users believe Blueface has been wanting to target Offset for months, particularly after Offset's recent visibility in the media. They argue the scandal may have been crafted to hit multiple people with a single accusation: Chrisean, Offset, and indirectly Cardi. Whether true or not, the theory spread fast. But the most jarring moment came late last night when Blueface posted, then mysteriously deleted a message hinting that people ain't ready for the whole story. Screenshots of the post circulated instantly, igniting a fresh wave of panic. Fans wondered whether he was bluffing or whether he had something he intended to unleash when the attention peaked. Chrisean's name trended worldwide as people began bracing for the possibility of leaked messages, audio, or something even more damaging. And now, as of this morning, a new rumor is circulating, one claiming that someone close to Cardi has privately urged her to prepare for the possibility of an incoming leak, whether real, edited, or completely fabricated. If that rumor holds any truth, this situation may be on the edge of an even darker turn, because the next move Blueface makes or doesn't make could determine whether this becomes a brief flare-up or a full-blown scandal that pulls in every person connected to the story.